Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. Police continue to deal with more threats at schools throughout western Montana today and across the state.
Here's a brief rundown of the latest incidents just since yesterday. A juvenile male is in custody and facing a felony intimidation charge for threatening students and staff at Stevensville High School. A bathroom threat ramps up security at Loyola Sacred Heart High School today. The Missoula County Public School Superintendent is addressing the current climate surrounding school threats. The entire Western campus in Dillon is evacuated today because of a bomb threat.
We begin our coverage tonight in the Bitterroot, where a juvenile male is in custody and facing a felony charge of intimidation for threatening students and staff at Stevensville High School.
Stevensville Police Chief James Marble said in a news release the FBI, the Ravalli County Sheriff's Office, and the Stevensville Police Department worked together to investigate the threat. Marble adds there is no longer a perceived threat at that school. Stevensville School Superintendent Robert Moore says administrators learned about statements made by students potentially involving threats to other students and the school this morning. Moore said in a quote, "We take all potential threats seriously and immediately reported the information to law enforcement. We are cooperating with law enforcement who is leading this investigation, and at no time were any students or staff members in danger." Moore is urging people to report any concerns about threats made against schools in the district, and he added in an email today, they will take any statement that is potentially threatening seriously, even if it's made in jest.
In Missoula, Loyola Sacred Heart High School also dealt with a threat, but this one was a bit different than the others we've covered. On Wednesday, a parent reported that their student had told them about threatening graffiti on the walls of the boys' bathroom that had mentioned today's date, February 23rd. The school took action right away, sending out emails to parents and asking other students that they'd seen the same thing. Another student said he also saw the graffiti. From there, they took precautions. The school called Missoula police and asked for assistance. Students were not allowed to arrive on campus until 7:30 this morning. When they did get there, teachers and other staff checking backpacks at the door. Canine units were sweeping the building for gunpowder and other hazards before students arrived. And once again, after classes had started, all the doors to the school were locked for the duration of the day.
We do have emergency protocols and train our teachers in active resistance training, lockdown procedures, but this was something that was new for us in terms of having those added safety precautions, and we have looked at our protocols and worked with the Missoula City Police Department and think that there's things that we can do better.
Schneider says the faculty and staff are pleased the way things turned out, and they're incredibly thankful for the positive response from students and their families. Now, Big Sky High School officials are implementing additional security measures in light of the multiple threats there this week.
MTN's Connor McCauley continues to follow this story and joins us now in the studio with more on what the actions that the school will have to take now to support a safe environment. Connor.
Thanks, Jill and Dennis. Big Sky High School will take some security measures to deal with their recent round of threats, but is also giving students the avenue to deal with the emotions caused by these incidents. In terms of security, extra officers will continue to be added to the school for upcoming days. Staff at the school will be required to review run, lock, fight procedures, and the school will be reduced to one point of access. That one point of access will be the main entrance, and all other entrances to the school will only be accessed by staff with a key. For students' well-being, there will be a statement made in every first period describing upcoming procedures that will be put in place. Also, students and parents will be given an opportunity to discuss what is going on at the school in forums conducted throughout the week. Officials say that these forums and different avenues made available to students are important for students' peace of mind through these trying times.
All of our classroom teachers from kindergarten all the way through high school are very well versed in how to help students talk about what's going on in their lives, have some frame of reference for it, and be a guide for that experience. So not only our classroom teachers, but our mental health professionals, our administrators, even our custodians and the staff who work in our lunchrooms are all focused on students having optimum success.
The goal for Big Sky High School is to allow their students to return to a normal schedule. Back to you.
All right, Connor, thank you. Now, Missoula's Sentinel High School students and staff participated in lockdown drills today. It's one of 8 drills that's conducted throughout the year, and this one in particular was scheduled in advance of the tragic events in Florida last week. The school will be practicing basic lockdown procedures that include remaining quiet and out of sight of any threat that's in the school. The school administration and the student resource officer supervised this drill, and it's not going to be the last one they conduct at Sentinel. MCPS Communications Director Hatton Lippman says overall, the exercise was successful in preparing students for those emergency procedures.
The school decided to go ahead and inform parents about it ahead of time, given that everybody's a little anxious and panicked, to make sure that people didn't feel surprised or concerned about it. The school did a great job talking the student body through it. It was a great experience and really positive for the school.
Now, Sentinel also received a low-level graffiti threat in one of its women's bathrooms today. The graffiti was found midday and additional officers were called to the school. An investigation into who authored those threats is ongoing.
Now, it's not just here in western Montana. Schools around the state are dealing with a multitude of threats made at every level of education. We talked with MCPS Superintendent Mark Fain earlier about this current school safety climate created by these threats and what can be done to get rid of this problem. He thinks that a culture change that denounces these threats amongst the student body would prevent them in the future.
We saw earlier this week students who participated in a walkout, in a protest, and I think students are recognizing that they do have a powerful voice. I think they need to be appropriately engaged in the civil discourse, and I think they can really drive the change that is necessary with regard to the safe and inclusive environments in school.
In our conversation with him, Thane also emphasizing students need to be proactive, and if they see something, they need to say something. Students at the University of Montana Western in Dillon were evacuated after the discovery of a bomb threat this morning. The chancellor tells us the threat was found written on a note in a bathroom on campus. Officers went building to building, checking for anything suspicious. Campus was reopened this afternoon, but all classes and activities scheduled for today remain canceled. That includes their Founders Day events that were going on. Classes will resume at 8:15 on Monday. More than 1,300 students are enrolled at the university.
All right, let's move on now to weather. A pretty quiet day, but that is about to change. For more, let's toss it over to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost, who has a look at our first forecast and a peek toward the weekend.
Yeah, and this weekend is going to be a snowy one for most of us in western Montana. We've got a series of systems set to track through the region, bringing with them some accumulating snowfall. Right now, pretty quiet. We've seen some light flurries pretty much all over the place today, but nothing major being picked up on radar. Notice that's off to the west of us, though. We are definitely seeing the cloud cover out there, but that's about to change as far as that snowfall arrival. We do have some winter weather advisories issued for our first system. These begin at 8 o'clock tonight, will expire at 5 p.m. on Saturday, and that's for the Kootenai, Cabinet, and Lower Clark Fork regions where we could see some accumulation, but a slightly stronger system expected for us on Sunday. All those details coming up.
Salute to Service is sponsored by Flathead Electric Cooperative, your not-for-profit member-owned co-op.
In this week's Salute to Service, we're bringing you the story of the Flathead Avalanche Center.
It's a busy place this time of the year. MTN's Jack Ginsburg shows us what the organization does in the field to provide important information for backcountry riders.
Chris Bilbrey works out of Hungry Horse as an avalanche specialist for the Flathead Avalanche Center. His typical workday consists of waking up at 4 a.m. to evaluate anywhere from 12 to 15 weather station snowpack data across the Whitefish, Swan, Glacier, and Flathead ranges. He also looks at data from other forecasters or the public to create a final forecast before heading out for the day.
So it's sort of a hodgepodge of information gathering of weather observations and snowpack data to compile a general broad-based avalanche hazard for our 4 mountain ranges within our advisory area.
After the forecast is done, Chris and his team head into the backcountry. They climb to a spot they feel represents the majority of the range. Once they are there, they perform a number of tests to determine the stability of the snowpack.
Based on the advisory and the problems that we deem are relevant for any given day, that helps us formulate sort of like a research question that we might choose to answer while out in the field.
The most recent problem in the Whitefish Range has been wind slabs that have formed from recent strong northeast winds that have settled feet of snow on top of a rain crust from early February. Bilbrey first dug a pit where you can perform the snow test, looking for inconsistent layers in the snowpack.
Once we've identified kind of our layer of concern and have a really nice excavated pit, we're ready to do a stability test.
The test that Bilbrey showed me today was called the extended column test, where the skier uses a saw to cut a block in the snowpack. Then they place the shovel on the snow, patting it down.
We didn't get a failure of the entire column during our test, which consisted of 10 taps from the wrist, 10 taps from the elbow, and 10 from the shoulder.
Typically, Bilbrey and the rest of the team do a number of other tests, but Chris said so far today is looking good for skiers.
As you can see, we have just a bunch of really light, great, good snow.
At the end of the day, Chris says the Avalanche Center just has one goal in mind.
Prevent the loss of life, limb, and property from human and naturally occurring avalanches through public information sharing as well as education to the community.
Jack Ginsburg, MTN News, Big Mountain.
Still ahead, Erin has the details on the changing weather for the weekend. Her forecast is coming up in a minute.
And it happened again. We'll take you to Yellowstone National Park, where bison were illegally released for the second time in just a few months. The latest ahead on KPAX.